Today's first footage takes us to Saigon, Vietnam. A flying object can be seen completely still in the skies in broad daylight. According to Reddit user Kato84, who recorded this video, the unidentified object stayed in the same position for a long time. While I was analyzing this video, the first thing that came to mind was that the object was probably a blimp. However, someone in the comments mentioned that drones or blimps aren't allowed next to an airport, so the blimp theory can be discarded since we can see a plane flying pretty close to the ground, implying that there is probably an airport close by. Another Reddit user brought up a good point, asking the original poster why he didn't record the object going away. Kato84 responded to this comment, stating that the object stayed in place until dark. What about you? Do you stick with the blimp theory, or could this be something else? Desert UFO. Moving on to the next video, the original poster claims that this is one of the UAP videos released by the US government in 2023. The video showcases an object floating above a desert area. As this footage was recorded with a thermal camera and the object looks brighter than the ground and the cacti, it means the unidentified object is way colder than anything in the background. Also, the UAP seems to be more vertical shaped than horizontal shaped, so that lowers the possibility of being a drone. This is another mystery with no proper disclosure to this day. Pentagon Triangle.
Oh man, what is this?
The next footage takes us back to December 19, 2018, where a massive triangle object was recorded floating above the Pentagon by a few different witnesses. In the first video, the object was recorded pretty far away. Taking a closer look, it seems that the object is not shaped like a simple triangle, but more like a pyramid. In the second piece of footage, even though it is a bit darker than the previous one, we are also able to see the massive triangle slowly rotating in the night sky. In the third footage, which was recorded by Richard Wilson from inside his car, we can see the object from a few different angles. Now, to make things even more intriguing, let's move on to Russia, where the exact same shadow was also witnessed hovering in the night sky. This video from Russia dates back to July 9, 2010, but in its description, the uploader claims that the original video was from a few years ago, so it was originally recorded way before 2010. But what if I told you that this massive floating pyramid was also seen in China? We already covered this event in the previous episode of this series. The resemblance between those three objects is undeniable. Years have passed, and no definitive explanation for this phenomenon has ever been given, remaining a mystery to this day. Antioquia Manta Ray. Antioquia, Colombia, 2023. An oddly shaped object flies past a plane at a very high speed. Let's take a closer look at the video that was broken down by Reddit user KR Research. At the very beginning of the video, the object can be seen traveling right to left across the screen. The object appears to stop its movement abruptly at the end of this right to left passage. However, both the abrupt stop and the reversal could simply be an effect of video compression. Later on, it re-emerges, now traveling in the same direction as the plane. Shortly after, the object flies past the cockpit and out of the frame, and another dark object can be seen briefly speeding away. Let's take a closer look at the object. We can see a manta ray-shaped object, probably around 3 to 7 feet long. This video caught internet attention early in 2023, and to this day, what this fast-flying object was remains a mystery. La Serena UFO. Now let's move on to La Serena, Chile. On September 9, 2020, an unidentified object was recorded making an abrupt turn in the sky, easily changing the direction of his flight. Some Reddit users pointed out that the object could be a bug or a bat. However, we already covered similar events regarding objects making abrupt movements mid-flight on episode 4 of this series, where the same thing was also witnessed by on-duty military personnel. Could this be simply a bug? Absolutely. However, taking the reports of different witnesses who have already experienced similar cases, the possibility of being something other than a bug cannot be discarded. Colorado Lights. Dog woke me up at 3 a.m., scraping at the door. I let her out to pee and saw this for a solid 30 minutes. That is what led Reddit user Donovan Azul to witness something really odd in the skies of Peyton, Colorado, on December 16, 2023. In the video, we can see a light slowly hovering over the horizon. Also, according to Donovan, the lights shut off, and another light would turn on randomly somewhere nearby. The uploader also made it clear that he made sure to check a flight tracker app, and there was nothing in that part of the sky during that moment. While I was taking a look at the comment section to get more information about the event, it seems that Donovan is not the only one who witnessed something like this. 2 other Reddit users claimed that they had seen the same lights in Arizona. And, when I thought it was over, another witness claimed that he saw the exact same thing when driving in Colorado. Lights shutting on and off randomly for an extended period of time. Could all these people have witnessed the same thing? The Dash. Moving on to Hamburg, New York, a security camera captures an unusual movement in the night sky. According to the original uploader, this footage was recorded with a camera that shoots infrared. He also claimed that there were other cameras pointed in the same direction that were not infrared cameras, and they did not capture the same phenomenon. In the comment section of the original video, a few users brought up that the distortion was simply a bug flying pretty close to the camera. Now, before we close this case, let's zoom in on the footage and take a closer look. The distortion that the object left in the camera seems to be aligning with the horizon, and it gets bigger as it approaches the camera. For me, given the perspective and the pattern of the movement, I'm not 100% sure if this can be just a bug. But now, if you made it this far into the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to this channel. It helps me a lot. Let's jump back to where we stopped. Disneyland Triangle. Now, let's move on to the next footage, where a triangle UFO can be seen over Disneyland on August 11, 2023. Those lights seem to be pretty high up in the sky. According to the original poster of the video, those lights popped out of nowhere as soon as the show at Small World started. Even though we can't make much out of the footage, it's pretty interesting how symmetrical the triangle looks. Moving forward, let's take a look at the comment section of the video. 2 other Reddit users claim to have seen something similar in different locations. Ironically, I saw one of these at Universal in Orlando. I noticed a crowd in front of me looking up and pointing to the sky, and I looked and saw those exact same 3 lights in a triangle formation. No theme park skylight was making these lights in the sky, and it was also a clear night. And we also got this one. 25 years ago, I saw almost exactly the same thing. I was with my brother and 4 other people. They didn't move independently, there was no blinking, and they sat silently in the sky for a few minutes, then shot off. Another event where the same thing was experienced by a few different witnesses. What's your thoughts on these triangular lights? Can the explanation be something as simple as a drone? Electric anomaly. Now let's take a look at a video that dates back to 2013. I couldn't get much information about it, apart from the fact that the title says that it was filmed in America in June 2013. In this footage, we can see a bright object slowly moving in the sky while emanating some sort of electrical discharge. A few seconds later, another bright object can be seen moving at high speed and vanishing behind a tree. The same thing happens one more time to another similar object. Lastly, right before the video ends, the first object just vanishes out of thin air. What could those objects be? Are they part of some sort of show that was going on or something out of the ordinary? The light beam. For the next event, I want to bring up a set of photos. The original poster for these pictures claims that he got them from one of his co-workers. Taking a look at the first picture, we can see a regular photo taken of a deer roaming in a backyard. In the second photo, things got a bit weird. A huge light beam descending from the sky and landing right next to the deer. Taking a closer look, we can also notice that the light seems to reflect on the ground. Could this actually be some sort of light beam coming from an unidentified flying object, or was it simply a raindrop or a camera glitch? The Cloaked Object.
It's disappeared.
Now let's take a look at a video that was recorded in Texas. During the first seconds of the video, we can see a dark, lawn-shaped shadow that, at first glance, seems to be a cloud. Then, seconds later, the object shoots off at an absurd speed. Slowing down the footage, a bright light can be seen as the object moves out of sight. Something this extraordinary seems to be the product of video editing. However, since I didn't find any conclusive evidence claiming that the footage was faked, I decided to leave it in this video. If there is any update on this one, please let me know in the comments below. While I was trying to find more information about this event, something caught my attention. Someone responded to this video, claiming that he saw something similar, also in Texas. I'm from Texas, and I was on a hill with my girlfriend. Above us, I saw something huge in the clouds, moving slowly, but I couldn't make it out. It was like it was camouflaged by the clouds. While I tried to make it out to my girlfriend to show her, she said something like, "Yeah, I think I see what you're talking about." And at that instant, a shooting star on the other side of the sky shot past and caught our attention, and what was above us was just not there anymore. I feel like I sound ridiculously crazy every time I tell the story. This video reminded me of that, real or not. Crossing the information about the comment and the video, where the Reddit user claims that the object was camouflaged in the clouds, kind of matches what we see in the video. If there were indeed clouds behind that big shadow, we would probably not even notice anything odd in the first place. And there you have it. A compilation of mysterious UFO videos from around the internet. Each sighting brings its own set of questions, leaving us to wonder about the mysteries that linger in our skies. What are your thoughts on these encounters? Share your insights in the comments below. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies and stay vigilant. Will my mind ever get a rest?